The First Circuit gave us an interesting opinion about the value of a home when a couple own the home as tenants by the entireties. When only one of a couple is in bankruptcy, what is the amount of that bankrupt's interest in the home? Is it the entire value of the home? Is it half of the value of the home? Or is it something else? Well, the High Court in Massachusetts, called the Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court, had held a few years ago that the state has the notion of a unitary interest in property that is held by the entireties. Well, from that decision from the Massachusetts SJC, the First Circuit Bankruptcy Appellate Panel had interpreted to me that when only one spouse is in bankruptcy, the value of the home for that spouse is the entire value of the entire home. Well, the First Circuit told us that the BAP had unfortunately misinterpreted exactly what the SJC in Massachusetts meant. Yes, when homes are owned as tenants by the entireties, one spouse has an interest in the entire home. However, and significantly, that interest is encumbered, and it's encumbered by the notion of survivorship. As you know, with regard to entireties property, if one spouse dies, the interest of that spouse evaporates altogether, and the surviving spouse has the entire property under ownership. From this notion, the First Circuit said that no, this bankrupt single spouse did not have an interest worth the entire value of the property. In this particular case, the parties had stipulated during the appeal that if the value were not the entire value, then it was 50%. Now, you might think that this decision means that in all cases, the value of the interest of one spouse is half of the complete value of the home. But at least as I read the opinion, I don't believe that to be the case because the 50% valuation was by stipulation between the parties. As I read this rather important decision, I think the First Circuit is telling us that you have to use actuarial tables. For instance, if husband and wife are of the same age, actuarial tables will tell us that the wife is likely to be the survivor, in which event I guess this opinion means that the wife's interest in that situation is larger than the husband's interest. How much? I don't know. Sad to say, I think what this opinion means is, unless there's agreement between the parties, you have to have what could be a rather complex valuation opinion. I am Bill Rochelle, the Editor-at-Large for American Bankruptcy Institute. At this point in my videos, I usually tell you I'll be back same time next week, but this time that's not true because I'm going to take a couple of weeks of vacation and I shall return sometime around the middle of September. Thank you very much. Goodwill. Good day. Goodbye.